Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of What's Next, Sharon. I am deeply looking forward to this topic. It's not nothing that I've done before. So we're not talking about starting over, we're not talking about rebuilding, but we are talking about a point during the season that I'm in that I felt really inspired. Specifically, the topic is about when I wrote 53 chapters in 5 days. And I know that sounds super crazy. I know it sounds wild, but it happened. It happened. But before we get right into this video, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. Give me your thoughts and feedback in the comments. If you guys ever had a moment where you guys were just like flowing and it was just like days that you was just like nonstop on the go, I would love to hear about it. But without further ado, getting right into it. So yeah, I wrote 53 chapters in 5 days. And this was my first ever experience of me not writing anything, because I usually journal at the beginning of my day, at the end of my day, sometimes both, depending on how my day turns out. I definitely do try to take the time to journal. It's just how I unwind for the day or start my day, depending on what's going on in my head. Basically, how I release my own burdens and how I just like level with myself and organize my thoughts. It's something that's always been very helpful to me. Journaling has always been like a big part of my life. However, I never saw myself like writing an actual novel. So just to give you guys a little bit of inside scoop without saying too much. So this is a romance novel, and it was written by yours truly from start to finish, as stated in the title and as I stated before. So it's 53 chapters. That was like the original draft, 53 chapters. I'm editing through it now, so it's obviously going to come down between like 40 and 50 chapters, most likely going to end at 50, because there's just a lot of juicy details that I just can't part with. But anyway, that's just me being biased towards my own work. But no, it is definitely a juicy book. I love it. To all my girls who are romance girlies, who are like lover girls, who are helpless romantics, even the guys, whoever the case may be, I feel like you guys are gonna love this book. So this book, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give it away, because obviously like we're still in the beginning stages of trying to get this published. But this book is a romance novel, and it was inspired during a time where, let's just say, your girl was struggling. Your girl, we're not gonna get into like the details of all that, but let's just say it was in a time when, romance was not, I don't want to say it was not in my forefront. It was just more complicated than it needed to be, for sure. And I was in my room, and it was like really late for your girl. I'm usually in bed by 8 o'clock, and it's 10 o'clock, and I'm tossing and turning, and I can't sleep because I have this thing on my mind that's like kind of weighing me down. It's heavy on my heart, and I'm just like, just trying to go through the motions. And I don't know what came over me, but I just started to think about this movie that I watched, and I don't want to name it because I don't know how this whole social media thing works. I'm not trying to get sued, copywritten, or whatever the case may be. I don't know, so I'd rather not say it. But I started watching this movie, and I was like really feeling it, and I was like, yes, like you guys know, like when you're going through something, some of you guys probably don't, but for the girlies and for the guys out there, that your way of coping with heartbreak or your way of coping with a really challenging time is you turn on the TV and you start watching romance movies. That's me. That's what I do. Don't judge, okay? Don't judge me for my way of coping, but that's what I do. But anyway, I was thinking about this movie that I watched, and it was so good that I had to I did a private video for myself of just like reacting throughout the movie, because it just stole your girl's heart like all the way. But anyway, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about my situation. I'm just like, you know what, this sucks. This sucks. And through, I guess, me like thinking to myself, I found inspiration, and I started to think, I don't want to say like think about what I wanted my love life to be like, but I started to think about all of the movies that we love, like Pride and Prejudice and all the rom-coms, the Jane Austens, the Nicholas Spark books, the everything that girls just find giddy and romantic and loving and just gets your heart like, oh my gosh. Like, I started to think about all those things and it just filled me up with so much joy and passion. And next thing you know, I got to writing. And I started to think about this particular movie because I don't want to say it inspired this book because it is definitely not the same. But the feeling that I had while watching the movie is the feeling that I had when I started to write. And I was just flowing and I was just going with it. And it was just like just me. And I was just like in my own world. And after writing the first chapter, let me say correct it. So how it started was I started to just write like this little short story of, I guess you can say, for lack of a better word, like a fantasy. We're not saying other than that, like a fantasy. And I was rereading it. And I was like, okay. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is it right here. And that turned into writing chapter 1. And then I read chapter 1 and I was like, no, we have to keep going. And then I wrote chapter 2 and I was like, oh no, but this has to happen. And I wrote chapter 3. And I just started flowing and I just started going and I just started to, like, as I was rereading through the chapters, and I don't know if that's like traditionally what people do, but I was like, after I finished one chapter, I read it over and I went on to the next and to the next and to the next and to the next and to the next, to the point where like that first night, I probably wrote like 10 chapters. And I didn't even want to stop. But I had to go to sleep. Like, I think it was like 3 or 4 in the morning by the time I stopped and looked at the clock. I was like, oh crap, like your girl is tired. I need to go to sleep. And it was funny because I fell asleep. And literally in 2 hours later, 6 in the morning, or no, it's like 5:30 in the morning, an hour and a half later, I had to wait. I woke up thinking about the book. And I just went right back after it. And I spent the whole day obviously taking care of the small things I had to take care of, but I went through the whole day just writing chapter after chapter after chapter after chapter after chapter after chapter. And that was just the theme the next couple days. I did what I had to do in the mornings and in the afternoons and walked my dog and made myself dinner, and towards the end of the night I snuggled up in my bed and started writing for hours and hours at a time. And I was just like going at it and at it and at it and at it. And I found time throughout the day to do it as well. But it was everything, man. It was everything. I say to give myself some credit and not to like, I don't want to like hype myself too much, but I also don't want to downplay it. I feel like this romance novel is like what Pride and Prejudice was when it first came out. But in a modern time, modern romance of what every girl's dream guy would be, let alone dream scenario, whatever the case may be. Like, I know every girl's different, so they're gonna look at me like, girl, like I wanted something else, I wanted something like this, something like that. There are millions and millions of love stories that could be out there, but this one I feel like is gonna resonate with a lot of people. And if it doesn't resonate with you and your desires, it's at least gonna be like give you that feeling that you had when you watched like Pride and Prejudice, or when you watched a rom-com with Matthew McConaughey, or whatever the case may be. Like, this is gonna give you that back in the day, early 2000 rom-com romance movie vibes, where you're just like snuggled up in bed and you're just like, oh my gosh, like this is definitely one of those books. And yeah, it felt really good writing it. It felt really good just getting it out there. And by the time that I was done, I was just like, wow. I just looked at myself like, wow, you really just wrote 53 chapters in 5 days. Like, this is crazy. This is wild. And you know what? That was an accomplishment within itself. And I could have just like sat with it, just let it be my own little private thing. But I was like, you know what? This book, I love it so much and it gets me so excited that I want to share it with the world. So now we're going through the process of trying to get it published, the editing and everything like that. So I'm gonna take you guys along with me as I navigate that space in my life as well, of what it's like to actually try to publish a book, of getting it out there, and all you guys' reactions. I can't wait. I don't want to say too much about what the theme is or what the plot is or anything like that, or what the title is. That's gonna come with time, but I wanted to share this because it was something new for me. It was something that I've never thought that I would do. And on top of that, I never thought that I would write a novel, like in less than 5 days of that. And it would be a romance novel. Like, anyone who knows me knows that I'm like a helpless romantic. I love love stories. I love endless books. Like, whether if it was like strangers on the street or an actual romance movie or an actual romance novel, I can't get enough of it. I am completely infatuated with the idea of love and romance. I feel like nowadays people just overcomplicate things. It could be just so simple. Like, if you're feeling it and they're feeling it and there's a willingness there and there's mutual respect, I feel like you guys can go the whole way. You guys can go the whole mile. And I'm really looking forward to going through the process of getting it published. Like I said, I was going to take you guys along the way, so do stay tuned on everything. And I'll obviously share clips and bits on updates on how the book is going. Eventually you guys will know the title. Eventually you guys will know the plot, the story, and everything like that. But I think, the best things you should wait on. And I think that you guys are really going to love it just as much as I do, if not more. And I can't wait for you guys to hear about it. But I don't want to say too much, but I really did love that state of mind of being in flow. It felt so empowering. And despite never writing a novel, I did it. And now we're in a phase where we're actually going to get this from just me being in my room, writing my life away, typing my life away, to sharing it with the world. And I'm hoping that the world receives it well. I'm hoping for the people out there that do not have faith in love or have given up on love, I just want to say this. I had my fair share, or I had my moments where heartbreak definitely was at my door. And despite the unfavorable moments, I never gave up, and I haven't given up on love. And I'm hoping that this book gives that to people, that this book inspires hope and softness and a gentle reminder of the beauty of love, the beauty of being in the moment, the beauty of the beginning of something, especially like when you're first meeting someone new, and the bliss of it. I'm hoping that this book just inspires everyone, men, women, children alike, whatever the case may be, that fairy tale endings can exist. The same way how people tell you, the real world, you have to do this, you have to do that. If you want to accomplish your dreams, if you want to accomplish your goals, you have to work for it. You have to put in the time, be dedicated, all this other stuff. Life is not all about rainbows and sunshines. And that is true. Life is definitely not all about rainbows and sunshines. But the same way how you can build your business, and the same way how you can build a life for yourself, why can't you build the fairy tale love that you want? Like, I don't understand. And you know what? Maybe I'm naive. Maybe I still have that inner girl, inner child enthusiasm for love and relationships. But you know what? In a world where there's just so much hate and there's just so much, weirdness going on and selfishness and just, I don't even know how to explain it, but a lot of things that are distasteful when it comes to relationships and love, I'm just like that person that's gonna hold my hand up and be like, look, I have faith in love. I have faith in fairy tale endings. I think that the guys and the girls can look forward to having true love. And I know that sounds corny. But I think it's true. I definitely think that you can have your person, and I'm not saying that it's gonna be all rainbows and sunshines, but I'm saying that together, if there's a willingness and the love is there and the respect is there, why can't you have it? Like, why can't it be everything that you imagined for both of you guys and more? I think the same way how you can dedicate yourself to a project or a business or a lifestyle, you can dedicate yourself to someone and it be spectacular and amazing and it be everything that you want it to be. And I know I'm rambling on, so I'm gonna stop because I can talk about love and relationships like forever, because I really just love love. But I think that this book is gonna be an inspiration to people that are struggling with either finding love or having hope in love, or just really weighed down by modern, I guess, views on relationships between men and women, or relationships in general, or romance. So I really think that this book is going to make a difference. I really love how it came out. It is your ideal romance novel for a modern time. It is different. I'm not going to go into like the specifics. I want to say so much. I really do, but I cannot. I'm holding it in. I'm holding my tongue because it's from a different perspective. It's like a different vibe. It's not like vintage romance. It's actual modern romance, dealing with all the things that we deal with in today's society and even more. So I'm gonna end it right there. Do comment below in my next video about the book. Hopefully you guys could see the behind the scenes on what I'm doing to actually get it published, and I'll share with you guys a little bit more. Hopefully around that time I'm able to share the title with you guys, or at least on the timeline when this would be officially out. But do be on the lookout. I'm looking forward to sharing this particular part of the journey with you guys. Do comment below if you guys are eager to know what's going on. Do let me know your thoughts on just love and romance. If you're helpless romantic just like me, do scream it out to the world. Blow up the comment section and just definitely let me know your thoughts. Am I crazy to think that the same way how you can work for a business, you can get your fairy tale ending? If I am, do let me know. If you agree with me, shout out to you. And if not, you know what? It's all love at the end of the day. But I'm going to end it right here. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.